to fix this? Whacking more taxes on working people. Combine the tax rise with soaring energy prices and the average family faces a hit of £1,200. This is an iceberg, Mr. Speaker, right ahead. So will he finally stop and change course?
Order. We started the new year not in the way we left the last one. You did give me an assurance we were going to try and calm down. So if we can, it will be helpful. Angela Rayner.
Mr. Speaker, £1,200 hit right away. So will he finally stop and change course, or will he plough on towards what will be a disaster for thousands of families?
Mr. Speaker, as a direct result of what we've already done on universal credit, a single mother with 2 kids is £1,200 better off, Mr. Speaker. As a result of what we've done with the living wage, Mr. Speaker, introduced by this Conservative government, they never let it be forgotten. Everybody on the living wage has seen another £1,000 in their income every year, Mr. Speaker. But that's not the point. The fundamental, and we will continue to look after people throughout the pandemic. But the fundamental point is that because of the steps the government has taken, because of the tough decisions we've taken, because of the balanced and the proportionate approach that we've taken to COVID, we've been able to keep this country open, keep our economy moving, more open than any other comparable economy in Europe. And they know it, Mr. Speaker, and they opposed it every step of the way. And that's why people are seeing increases in employment and increases in their pay packets as well.
Rayner.
Mr. Speaker, this Prime Minister always gives with one hand and takes away with the other. Under this Prime Minister, the country is worse off. Prices for everyday goods are soaring out of control. Hard-earned savings will be hit, and the wages of working people won't go as far. Inflation isn't an economic theory, it has serious consequences for people's lives. We need serious solutions, Mr. Speaker, to stop people falling into poverty or debt. Instead, Mr. Speaker, we have this Prime Minister and his incompetent leadership. And every time we are faced with a challenge, he denies there's a problem. He tries to laugh it off. He looks for someone else to blame. So can I suggest to the Prime Minister, it's not about brushing your hair, it's about brushing up on your act. Does he accept his incompetence is taking our country backwards and costing our country dear?
No, Mr. Speaker. What I tell the House and tell the country is that Labour incompetence has ruined this country time and time again, and there has never been a Labour government that has left office with unemployment lower than when they came in. And what is her answer, Mr. Speaker, to the energy crisis? It is to nationalise our energy. It was in fact Labour's failure to invest in supply over a decade or more that reduced our ability to have cheaper, cleaner energy, Mr. Speaker. We are rectifying that. We're taking the tough decisions that this country needs for the long term. And it's because we've taken those tough decisions, Mr. Speaker, because we've taken the balanced and proportionate approach that we have, that they opposed every step of the way, that we have youth unemployment at a record low. We have 420,000 more people in jobs now than there were before the pandemic began. And, Mr. Speaker, we not only have the most open society and economy in Europe, but we also have the fastest economic growth in the G7. Completely contrary to what she has just said, Mr. Speaker. And that is because of our stable, balanced and proportionate approach. And when never let it be forgotten, when Omicron presented itself, what did they go for? They reached for the lever of more restrictions. They said lockdown, Mr. Speaker. We said boosters. They carp from the sidelines. We get on with the job.